Hey there folks, and welcome to Old School Runescape. Wow, you must be wondering what the fuck am I doing here, but I don't know, I'm thinking I'm in the mood for an actual video of sorts that's not resolved around like a boss or mini-game, event, that kind of thing, just a general commentary. You know, I was actually meaning to do something like this for a while, like do the whole melee magic range thing, but just doing way tough enemies, but I just never got around to it. So I guess if it has to be, consider this the ranged version of that. But there is some, I wasn't even actually considering making this video, right? You know, these Skeletal Wyverns, I decided for like the last couple of days, because bossing was alright, but it was way too attention demanding. Like Giant Mo, Calphic Queen, Barrow Brothers, it was just all tiring me out. And so I thought, alright, you know what, I'm going to try and be a bit experimentative. I'm going to take on these Skeletal Wyverns and try this little trick where if you can get them to de-aggro, you can just like basically get them to, you know, you can just lure them like this, and it's just so much fun. Honestly, I'll probably kill at least a good 850 to 900, if not close to 1,000. I can prove that by the whole range experience. Before that was like around 670, 680k. Now it's only 153. So assuming that Wyverns have about 120 HP each, so 480 per kill, I would actually argue that's possibly more than 1,000 I've killed by now. But you wonder why I bring up this kill count, right? Take a close look into it, you know? A lot of good stuff here, you know? I've been here for a while now, at least a good 12 to 14 hours, maybe even more than that, but I'd say around that. But notice something at the very bottom here. That's right, your eyes do not deceive you. That is the fabled draconic visage. This, like, honestly, I couldn't believe my eyes when I first saw it. And, you know, I'm actually going to tell you this little tale of how I got it, because it was really bizarre. Like, just to think, I could have actually missed out on getting this if I didn't stick to it. So, alright. I'll tell you how I got around it first, right? So obviously my first trip here didn't really go very well because I kept moving about and I think I kept resetting the aggro phase. So that didn't work out. So the second time I figured, well, I've just got to tank the damage. So I stayed up this little bit here, took the Dragonfire attacks alongside with the usual range and magic. Since it uses range quite a bit, and that's, I swear it's about at least half its attack range, so by pre-flicking range, you're protecting a good bit of damage because I didn't use too much food. I think maybe at most about 12 or 13 monkfish, so I still had a decent bit of spare. So I was pretty happy with that. Then once I got that, I figured this bit here, this was really good. You know, just because you can see these two spots here. Like, originally I thought it was just this one, but you can also tackle it here, which is really nice. So that's really good. So I stuck with that for a good while. And then, oh wow. This, can't even believe it. Let's see, moving down here. So, yeah, you know, obviously with my gear here, you can see I should be wearing the elemental shield because that protects you from the dragonfire attacks, but since, if you do it correctly, you won't even get attacked with them once, let alone the dragonfire. Now, let me explain a little bit, before we get any further in my little tale, let me explain how wyverns work, right? They have 4 attacks. They have melee, magic, range, and dragonfire attacks. If you're just right next to them, they can do all 4, right? 2 or 3 squares, they can do everything but melee, and I think this is the one part I'm not sure about. It's either 4 squares or above, or 5 squares and above, that they only do magic and range. I think it's 4 squares or further away than that. You know that if it stops doing that breathy kind of attack with a little icy thing coming out of it. If there's nothing coming out of it, it's just a magic attack. You know, but oh man, yeah, I think so far I've had about 4 hits from them, you know, Dragonfire unprotected, and I had a couple of bad ones. I think the worst one I had was I think it was either a 42 or a 43. You know, that was pretty bad, but I've managed to recover from all of them. Still had some spare foods, and you won't know what's ridiculous about this, right? They drop prayer pots so frequently, I swear to God, like, you know, I actually use them to boost Eagle Eye whenever I get it so I can kill these things quicker. No kidding, I actually do that. You know? Like, god damn, it's just so fucking ridiculous. Oh, got out of there. But, you know, that sometimes happens, but more often than not they'll miss, so it's not even a big deal. But yeah, so let's see. Yeah, so I suppose getting back to my tale, and that, right, as I was building up all these items and that, I saw a bunch of people come and go, and I was sticking mostly to. I think I actually did stay throughout the one word in that as a whole, and and oh, it was interesting meeting all kinds of different people. Most of them were either like melee or fellow rangers and that. More of them melee, I'd say about maybe 75% of them meleers, and the other 25% were rangers, and that. But yeah, so when it came close to me finishing up, like the last hour or so, there was this guy who came up, what was his name, Murder, and now he was like void range set, and he was using like diamond bolts to start off with, and that. It was interesting seeing like why would you use expensive bolts? Why? Brawl bolts do the job more than adequately. You know, like seriously, why the fuck would you want to use expensive gear on this, you know? And I think towards the last 25-30 minutes, he came back and he brought like really expensive dragon stones. Like, why? That's got to be at least 2 or 3k a bolt. And it's like, my god, it's just so fucking expensive. But anyway, the thing is, what I did learn from him was the dragon bolts specs hit really high. Like the regular ones were already doing like about, I think I saw a hit normal hits fire, not as high as, what was it, 40 or 41. He might have been using Eagle or even regular, but the specs, holy shit! I saw like one hit was 62, and he wasn't like max or anything. So I saw like that can do some seriously high damage, and I can see why it's very popular for like peaking and that, you know, as well as Castle Wars for those who can afford it. I mean, I'll probably do it maybe once I'm like really high and like level 120 plus, you know, but oh man. So yeah, what I was thinking, right, obviously as I was getting near the end, it was coming up for like 4:30, and I thought, alright, you know, after this next kill, I'll only keep going if I get good drops and that. And I remember I got uncut diamonds and that before the whole thing started, and I thought, that's good, but it doesn't count. Then the next one after that, I think, was not adamant bars, so I thought, okay, not bad. Then the one after that was unstrung rune crossbow, so I thought, alright, not bad, still good. Then after that, I believe it was the 200 node iron ore, so I thought, alright, still pretty good. Then when I tried to kill the next one, I kind of fucked up the little movement thing, and he came over here. The thing is, if you move over here, right, it kind of drags it along, and it becomes impossible to do it properly, so you have to go all the way there to move it back a bit, and then try again. And I must have just stuck with alternative. I think I just got stuck around here, because that's another thing, you can get them stuck over there, and you do it somewhere around here-ish, and that's alternative, and that's what I stuck with. And then as I'm doing this, as I'm starting to kill it, the guy who was winning the void set and all that, yeah, he was basically, he ran out of dragonstone bolts. Who would have known? And he was saying to kill it for him, and I was like, fuck off. I'll kill it if once I'm done with this. And he'd say, oh, it's going to be the special kill. Like, you know, I just roll my eyes, like, yeah, sure. Yeah, no, I would suspend it, just get the usual stuff. Maybe if I was lucky, Renar seeds or Nord battle staffs. Then when it dropped, right, you know, it was just strange that 1 or 2 seconds, I just not quite recognising what's been dropped. Like, I just saw, literally what I saw, right, was just a little greyish kind of like, and I was thinking, what the fuck's that? And I thought, for a split second, I thought my mind went to like, maybe it's granite plate legs, which I actually did get not too long after that, you know, on the next day. You know? Then I hung over, I was like, holy shit, it's the draconic facade. I was like, fuck. Honestly, I was amazed, especially since that was the last kill of that trip I'd done for that day. I literally just left right after I got that kill, and I was like, oh, it was the best feeling. The best feeling you can ever get. Oh man. And then I was just like showing the guy murder, and I was like, oh man. He was right. He was actually right, but not quite in the way that he intended. And you know, He probably thought, oh, maybe at best I'll get like Dragon Plate Legs or Plate Scar, but not the fucking Visage. Oh man, that was hilarious. Oh, that. Actually, I got right about there and that. You know? In fact, let's see if I can drop it. Yeah, that's what it looked like. See that? Just. You don't even think much about it, you know? But it's just. Oh, damn. And to think. The only bad thing about it, right? Back about, I think around 8 or 9 months ago, that used to be way higher, like 13, 14 mil. And even on, like, say, maybe about 3 or 4 months ago, that used to be 10. Now it's dropped to, like, just 8 mil. But hilariously enough, you know, I was wondering, you know, what the price would be for the Dragonfire shield. It's actually a good 400 or 500k higher. And I'm wondering, how the fuck is that? Then I looked at the Smith requirements, and they're quite high. So I suspect that the high Smithing requirement makes it so you actually could profit, but you know, mostly you'll probably get charged for it. More so, like, you won't get it for the standard price and that, but you know, if I had a high enough smell level, which I don't unfortunately, I mean, even here I'd probably have to get at least 85 before I can boost it with Stew, and I'll be honest, I just do it at my own pace. If I can't do something, it's like, I'll just wait till a different time. Oh man, so I want to tell you a little tale, right? Or not so much a recent tale, but just like an overall storyline. What my most valuable drops were, right? Alright, so the first one, way back my very first account, I'll be honest, I can't remember any decent drops at all. You know, I really can't. You know, it would have definitely been something less than. If I got even a semi-valuable drop, it would have been way less than 5k, you know, it was some of it is, but yeah, the second count, not much more. Maybe I'd say most I maybe got a Renar seed from the Moss Giants during like my early member stages, where I do recall getting one or two valuable kind of seeds, and I remember getting it was a Snapdragon, I think, which was kind of valuable, so that was kind of close. So I'd say Renaissance back then were around 25-30k, so yeah, that was the most valuable drop I got for Gielinor 635, since I mostly did blue dragons, and yeah, things that weren't really profitable if you weren't a high combat level. So there was that. Then for prominence, nothing really, you know, stood out, and I actually think that was the one account where I actually did worse. You know, if you could believe that. Also, I'm going to try this here. Let's see. Nope. Well, worth a shot. Anyway, yeah. So, as for the defense line, since Promise cheat fuck all, I would say probably once I started messing up with the Tsar and that and started killing them, I mean, I got maybe a couple other Obsidian weapons and shit. But the best one had to be the Obsidian K, which at that point was, I think, close to 400k. And I thought, wow, I'd be super big bank. And really, I actually felt it at the time. I thought, this is like the future money making method. But really, in hindsight, it wasn't that great. It was decent, but not big. Then comes along Virtue Power. Virtue Power has done so many new things. I think at this point beats just about everything I've done, every single account I've ever had. You know, if you consider all the stats and that, it's just incredible what I've managed to achieve on here. Yeah, so obviously I wasn't able to beat that for quite a while. Even when I did get an Obsidian Cape later on with the Zaras and that, by that point it was only about, I think 220, no, maybe around 300k. But it wasn't quite what it used to be back on RuneScape 2, so it didn't really count. And it stayed like that for a long time, until eventually I started getting around with Dagon Kings, and yeah, one by one I got the Shiny Warriors ring, which is only 100k, the Not Bad Series ring, which at the time was, I think, close to 400k, if not around 350. Then I got the Berserker ring from Dagon of Rex, which was pretty fucking good. Also, LOL, Dragon Plate Legs, that's like the second one here. I got first one like way back, and then near the end of yesterday, I got at the beginning today, got the fucking Dragon Plate Legs, which is not nearly as worth as much as you would think. Now here, second. Oh man, I'll probably have that later. But anyway, so yeah, after that, you know, not too long later, finally get my first Archer's ring from Darren Supreme. And the thing is, Berserker ring at the time was 2.9 mil, whereas the first Archer rings I got was 3.3 mil. You know, so they've went down both a good 400,000k since, but damn, I felt rich just getting like really good. That's what's kind of kept me optimistic about Diamond of Kings. When you get those good rings, you just feel like you've made bank there. And for quite a while, that was the most expensive item I'd got, Archer's ring at 3.3 mil. Now, in bearing that in mind, when I did Battle Brothers seriously, I did get a few items that came close. So, for example, Guthan's Helm, I'm pretty sure it was somewhere around 2 to 2.2 mil. The War Spear, that was 2.5 mil. Remember that? That was like the best Barrows item that I got. Other close contenders include Carol Leathertops, which was 2.1 mil, which was hilarious because I got 4 of those items. That's the most received item I have of all of them. Also Dark Plate Body at 1.7 mil. Verix Scarf had a free time so far at 1.2 mil on average between, because it's only rated up recently. Yeah, other than that, maybe Aram's Rope Top and that, but the problem is with that, right? Yeah, the problem with the Aram Robe Top is by the time I got it, it was only 1 mil. If you remember back when Inferno came out, it was super expensive, like 2.2 mil for the robe skirt, no, robe top, and 2.9 mil for the robe skirt. It was like, if that had been a couple months ago, I would have been filthy rich. Well. I've only got 4 pieces left for the Battle Brothers anyway at this point, so either way I'll be making bank pretty soon. Then yeah, I've done a bunch of that, and after that, don't really get much more value. I mean, guess you could say maybe the Dragon Chains, even though I've had 3 so far from Calvary Queen, but at this point they're only like, what, 680k? You know, but it's not even bad. Like, half a year ago they were like 800k-ish, and a full year ago they were like a little over 1 million, so yeah, that doesn't really count. Don't think I've got any other real uniques in that regard, so yeah, not got any than that yet, but yeah, here we are now. I now officially have a Draconic Visage. What a fitting day to finish this, eh? Last day of this bond, and also possibly the last day where I really have full time to spend on the bonds, because after this and that, a couple of days from now, I'm going to be off on holiday to Tenerife once more for 2017, and once I come back, well, that's it. Real work is going to be a thing for me, and I don't know how much time I'll have to spare for RuneScape anymore, so that is very unfortunate. But here I am, at least I've gone out to celebrate, and you know, the Draconic Visage was the reason I decided to do it. I just felt like it was destiny, like it had to be. So yeah, I felt like, why the fuck not? Yeah, no. And here we are, just, I just can't believe it. Just trying to think here. You know, I'll kill one more of these things, and I'll do a price check of everything I've got, because I've actually yet to price check any of this shit. Like, no kidding. No fucking kidding. I've yet to do a price check. Oh man, it's hilarious. Just, oh wow. So, yep, after this one, let's see. No. Oh man, but yeah. I can't believe it. You know how far I've come, and now I can officially say that I have now attained the legendary Draconic Visage. You know, just, oh wow. It's amazing to think just for how far I've come. But I'm proud. And I've attained what I thought was actually 1,000. I thought for the Metallic Dragons and the Brutal Blacks it was 110,000, whilst for the King Black Dragon Wyverns it was 1,500. Turned out that's not true. Only King Black Dragon has the 1,500. Wyverns also You know, just like every other rest of the dragons have 1 in 10,000. So yeah, I got an incredibly rare item. Like, I guess the only thing before I've had of that rarity was probably I had 2 Dust Devil stars from Dust Devils. One of them I think was actually from a superior, so I don't know if that quite counted, but yeah, they're 1 in 4,000, and it's like, fuck off. That's like good RNG in a bad way, you know? But this is good RNG in a good way, you know? So I'm incredibly rare, and I actually managed to get it in less than, I'd say this is the problem here. I don't know exactly what my kill count is, and that I'd say probably about whatever. If you go back to my video I did a few years ago about the first part of the night construction, it'll be whatever that is plus roughly 650, 700, I would say. Yeah, make it about roughly 700, and you'll have a rough idea of what it is. And it's just, oh man, I just can't believe it though. Yeah, this is it. It is real. Oh man. Oh, guess that must be it dead. Righty ho. Let's go check for ourselves. Alright. I don't mind if that gets nicked for a bit. We can take back anyway. But yeah, here we are. Let's do official press check. Alright. First, the coins. Not bad. 1.1. Alright, it's not bad. Yeah, good. 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 That's obviously shit, but I mean, if you stack it every single one, it does eventually add up. That's good. That's really good. Holy shit. That's shit, but man, that's good. That's also really good. That's not bad. That's decent. That's eh. That's good. That's good. Oh, damn, son. 1.6 mil. And look here. 15.6 million. Just wow. 15.6 million. Of course, the only reason it's even that high is because of the fact, also low, valuable. Jeez. Oh man, but the only reason it's that high. Also, why are you not? Also, wait, what? What? Oh. I was wondering where the fuck it was attacking me there. But, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, I just can't believe it. It's, oh, my, well. Yeah, I'll probably continue, because at the time of this, I'm actually overdue my bomb by like 10 minutes, but I'll keep going for another 3 or 4 hours. See if I can make an extra couple mil, and yeah, maybe by the end of this I'll finish up with me getting that Armado crossbow, and I'll have to sell a few things to get to the other way in, because I've still got a few things in bank left worth of value that I don't mind selling. So yeah, guess this will be it. So could be a while until I come back with another Runescape video, but when I do, I'm sure you'll know all about it. But anyways, this is Lewis Wilkinson signing out, and I'll see you guys next time. Ciao, folks.